Hi guys, we are going to learn how to get started using the new Vivado 2019.2 and the Vitis SDK from Xilinx.
We are going to be using the Arty Z7 board from Digilent, but this approach should work with any Xilinx Zynq FPGA board. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is set up the Arty board. Make sure the power jumper is set to regulator and not USB. We want to use an external power supply because some designs will use more power than a PC USB port can supply. Next, we want to set the boot jumper to JTAG so that we can download code to the board. Now, let's connect the power supply and power up the board. That's it for setup. Let's move on to the next step.
Before we run the Vivado app, we need to copy the Arty Z7 files into the Vivado board files folder. These files can be found on the Digilent website, but we will have the link in the description so you can copy and paste and quickly get these files. The downloaded file contains the board files for all Digilent FPGA boards. We are using the 20 version of the Arty Z7, so we are only copying those files for now. We copy them to the Xilinx Vivado 2019.2 data board files folder. Now we are ready to create a new project in Vivado. Choose File, Project, New, Next, Next, Next. Click Boards, then choose the Arty Z7, then Next, and Finish. This will create the project and can take a minute or two to finish. Now we want to create a block design. First, we add a Zynq processor to the block diagram. Then we run block automation and loop the output clock back to AXI clock input. Then we validate and save.
Now we need to create an HDL wrapper so that we have a top-level HDL file. And then we generate the bit stream. Okay, it looks like it's done, so we can cancel out of here. Next thing we do is we export hardware file, include the bit stream. Then we want to program the board. Okay, so now we open Vitis. As I said, Vitis is significantly different than previous SDK. So we choose a workspace, and close the welcome screen. Then we go to File, New, Platform Project. We'll call this Arty. And we're going to use the XSA, which we exported from Vivado. So we browse to that file. Okay, so once we're done, we have to make one change to the BSP, and that is we're using the serial port, the virtual serial port that's built into Vitis. We're not using the physical serial port. It comes in on the USB to the PC. So we basically have to switch standard in, standard out to the virtual debug port. So you just pull down, pick the core site, hit OK. Okay, so now we're ready to create the software app. We'll call this Hello. It'll be a Hello World application. We choose our Arty project, hardware project that we just did. Defaults are good here. And this can take a minute as well. So we make sure we selected the Hello World example. So the next step here is we right-click on the software project, choose Build Project, and then we can see the progress down here in the console. Okay, looks like it's done, so let's run it. We just right-click, choose Debug As, and then launch on the hardware. So you can see progress of it loading down there and also in the main screen. There's 2 cores inside the ARM in the Zynq, and we're using core number 0, so right now our debug window is set to core number 1. So what we want to do is set it to core 0, and then when we run, we should, so right now we're at a breakpoint before init platform. When I click the run button, we should see Hello World show up down here, because it's printing it out with this line of code. And it does. So we got code running.